Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, ASMRJ. So, this is actually my second time filming this video, because the first time I filmed it, I didn't have enough space and it cut off most of the video, so I decided instead of publishing that to refilm the video. So, as you can tell by the title up here, we are celebrating Batman Day, which is actually a few days ago. It is the 21st of September. Can you remember the 21st night of September? The song is by Earth, Wind, and Fire, if you didn't know. I was actually going to wear a Batman shirt, but I didn't have it cleaned. It was all wrinkly, and I didn't want to wear it. It was actually based off the Batman, which in my opinion is the greatest live-action Batman adaptation. A lot of people argue The Dark Knight, but I think Matt Reeves' style and the music by Michael Giannasio, I hope that's how you pronounce his last name, was fantastic. Not to outweigh Danny Elfman and Hans Zimmer's score, but it's just something about the Batman's theme, the da-da-da. It just was magical in all the themes. And recently with the Penguin coming out, the same artistic flair in the music in his Penguin's theme, which was by Michael's son, was fantastic. I believe his name's Mick. Michael and Mick. Was fantastic. And the first episode was amazing, and it was grounded in realism. I do think the greatest Batman movie ever is tied between Mask of the Phantasm, and Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero. I believe they're actually both perfect. Sub-Zero, some people probably don't agree with me, but I love it. And I think Robert Pattinson is a fantastic Batman. To me, Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, is the greatest Batman of all time. But the greatest live action, in my opinion, is Robert Pattinson and his films. Well, let's get into the main focus so I don't ramble for too long. The book, graphic novel more that I'll be talking about today, is Batman Arkham A. Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth, by Grant Morrison and illustrated by Dave McKean. So I'll get some taps. So this is actually the deluxe edition, if I'm correct. Yes, the deluxe edition, which actually has a bunch of storyboards and things in the back, and I think an actual ending or an epilogue, if you will. So this was actually originally released in 1989. I believe this is a 2016 edition, or something like that. I don't know if it says anywhere. I don't think it does. Well, it definitely does. I just don't know where. So this was originally released 1989 after the success of the Tim Burton film. It was in hopes that they could capitalize on a more serious Batman, because if you didn't know, the main idea of Batman before the Burton films was Batman was campy, thanks to in part because of the 66 Batman series with Adam West and Burt Ward as the Batman and Robin respectively, which I have a soft place in my heart for. But when this book came out, it changed everything. It was almost too real for some people. Almost too real. This book talks a lot about mental illness and Batman and Bruce Wayne and how he's crazy, and the real life nature of the Batman rogues gallery. And that is also illustrated through the artwork by Dave McKean. And I would like to say before I open this book up that a lot of the artwork in this book is very adult, very adult. This book is rated for 17 plus, but I think people over the age of 13 can comprehend what this book is trying to get across. Actually, I have a piece of sheet music as my bookmark. So without further ado, I'll open the book. I will be showing some pages, but some artwork I just can't show. So we open to the spine of this little book cover with probably the most memorable line from the novel. It's Batman saying, "Afraid. Batman's not afraid of anything. It's me, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that the Joker may be right about me." Alluding to that mental illness of Batman believing he is insane, which many, and I do believe, is true. We get to another quote here. "A serious house on serious earth it is. In those blent air all our compulsions meet, are recognized and robbed as destinies." Philip Larkin, Church God. So we get some art. So there's an icon of a bat right there. But the main quote I want to get to is in a few pages right here. The first quote, and really the start of the novel. "But I don't want to go among mad people," Alice remarked. "Oh, you can't help that," said the cat. "We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad." "How do you know I'm mad?" said Alice. "You must be," said the cat, "or you wouldn't have come here." Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. So this story tells of Batman having to go to Arkham Asylum after Joker orchestrates a takeover. And Joker says you have to play hide and seek. You gotta find certain villains in the asylum. If you find them all, he'll set you free. And also in the background tells the story of Arkham Days, Arkham, how Arkham came to be. I won't go too in depth in the story. I just mainly want to show the art. So if you look, Batman is talking to Joker currently, so there's the Batman. If you notice, Batman talks in speech bubbles. So does Commissioner Gordon. Actually, everyone talks in speech bubbles, except for Joker, who writes in this crazy red lettering, because he's outside the lines. And you can look at the huge stocky build of the Batman right here, the huge stocky build of the Batman here. Looks very creepy in this art. Dave McKean actually went against Grant Morrison's vision in some of the places and changed the writing and some of the lettering and the wording of things, and actually some story elements even made them look different. So here's that famous quote again of him saying, "I'm not afraid of anything," or Batman's not afraid of anything, but I am. So here's the rest of that quote. "Sometimes I question the rationality of my actions, and I'm afraid that when I walk through those asylum gates, that when I walk into Arkham and the doors close behind me, it'll be just like coming home." Again, Batman thinking he's crazy. So when Batman arrives, we get our first glimpse of the Joker. Who looks absolutely terrifying in this novel. That's him laughing, because he just tricked Batman into thinking he killed somebody when he didn't. They sing April Fools. Then we get inside of the madhouse, and Batman begins his journey. The first villain we come upon is actually the one and only Harvey Dent. The one and only Harvey Dent, who actually goes insane. So if many of you know, Harvey Dent is obsessed with his coin and chance and luck. Well, in this novel, in order to cure Harvey, they believe that if they up his chances by giving him a dice instead of a coin, so he has more decisions, that eventually he'll become sane. But eventually they give him tarot cards, and he has too many decisions So Harvey becomes completely unintelligible, unable to do anything without decision because there's just too many options. And he isn't truly cured. It's actually very sad and very dark. In the back here is actually the storyboards and elements that Grant Morrison had in little writings, which is really cool. It's really a cool thing about this deluxe edition. But at the end of the story, Harvey Dent actually is able to get his coin back and become basically his old self again. And lets Batman go free. There's a lot more story between that. This story was actually the main inspiration of the 2009 classic Batman Arkham A, which this is based upon, which this is heavily based upon. So go to the last page, actually, where Joker says, when Harvey says he goes free, the Joker says this: "Parting is such sweet sorrow, dearest. Still, you can't say we didn't show you a good time. Enjoy yourself out there. Just don't forget, if it ever gets too tough, there's always a place for you here, in the asylum." In the asylum. Because Joker also knows that Batman is crazy. They actually bring up that Joker is Super Saiyan in this novel. And then it ends with another Lewis Carroll quote. "And it's not that a mother's gentle hand that withdraws your curtains, and a mother's sweet voice that summons you to rise and forget in the bright sunlight the ugly dreams that frightened you. So when all was dark." Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. Again, going back to that. Fear is what drives us, and being scared of who we truly are and what we become, which is the main drive of this story of who is Batman. Is he crazy? Is he smart? And is he any different from everyone else? Because he meets all these different people and realizes he's a lot like them. Alright, I think I rambled long enough. I hope you enjoyed me giving a large, very broad retrospect of this story. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see something more like this in the future, let me know. But with that being finished, I guess it's time to say goodnight, everyone. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. I hope you sleep